Hello everyone, this is the director from Stage Productions. Today I would like to show you a astronaut I've taken from Space Engineers and imported into Blender. And by adding some bones, some inverse kinematics, I've been able to create a mesh that can be modified to create animations and things like that. So this is very useful for modders, or if you are interested in making short funny videos from Space Engineers without having to actually use Space Engineers itself and having to deal with things like internet lag, that sort of thing. So this is very basic. There's going to be several updates to this I like to do in the future, but I like to get this out now for your review. And I will also include in the file a text tab for you to take a look at, and inside I'll have my email for you to send a review and perhaps some suggestions for you to add. Alright, so let's get into it. We're going to just do a very basic animation of it, just moving the feet and some of the arms, just to show you what all the controls are. There's nothing super special here. If you already know Blender, it'll be very easy, and let's get to it. Right, so I just got rid of the text tab, and now we can see the astronaut clearly, and we're going to get into some of the details on making a very basic walking animation. Alright, so we're going to just press 0 here. Whoops, wrong button. Alright, we're going to just press 0 here and get rid of the camera view, and we're just going to select some of these, whoops, we're going to just select some of these objects here. Each of these control a portion of the foot. Not all the bones in the foot are complete. I will be adding some more, but for now this will get you the basic idea, and it should be good enough for the time being. So we're going to simply press G, and we're going to move the leg forward 10, negative 10 Blender units, and we just hit enter. And we're going to and this will take, and you can see it's kind of a little awkward, it doesn't look quite right. And what I found is I move the upper leg and the knee backwards about, yeah, 4 Blender units. It'll look a lot better. And we could just mess around with the boot toe and the boot main and make it look a little bit more natural. Okay, and that can be, and if we just go press 5 and then 1, sorry, 5 and 3, control 3, and we could see the side, and you can see where the leg kind of comes up there. And if we just follow this through on the, oh, what do they call it? The timeline, we could just create a very short and very quick animation. Also, the hands at the moment are not controlled by inverse kinematics right now, so you'll have to manually go into them, find them. I suggest you go into the options here and activate X-ray. That way you can see the entire bone structure and understand how it's working in your relations. Alright, so, and again, this is very simple. We just press R to rotate, and we could choose any of the axes we want to rotate it on, and that will give you your control. If we press A, whoops, yeah, actually let's go to object mode. Press A twice to highlight everything, and then press M and press layer 1. You will see that we switch over to layer 1. And you can see here that I've already had a very basic scene set up for some images for the forms. And you can see everything's already set up. If we go into our rendered viewport, you can see that very quickly that the scene is properly colored. I will be adding textures and other things. Refer to the text tab that I had in the file at the beginning, and you will see my future plans for this model, as well as updates when, and I'll inform in the forums when these updates come. Alright, and this is it. All we have to do now is go and press render, or render your animation if you have an animation set up. Simply modify the samples and the dimensions. I like 3000 by 2000 pixels, then I'll resize that in, say, Photoshop. For animations, it's best to set it to whatever you need it for your project. 1920 by 1080 is a pretty common one. Alright, well, thank you. Subscribe to my channel for more information and goodies like this, and see you in space.